Here's a total mess in Brazil that everyone is talking about with total chaos. So what happened here was that Neymar was playing in the match and then got injured. So his calf was hurting and he went outside the field of play to get treatment. And this is normal in football. When you're injured and need treatment, you have to leave the field of play to get treatment. So while the ball was in play, the team wanted to make a substitution. So Neymar was blatantly standing right next to the referee and got treatment. And while this happened, the referee made a substitution procedure. However, the number that the fourth official showed was not the correct number. They wanted to substitute number 31. However, he showed number 10, which is Neymar's number. So he assumed that just because Neymar is outside the field of play receiving treatment, that is the player they want to substitute out. So he showed number 10, and the substitute then entered the field of play. So they saw this as a completed substitution. And according to law, when the substitute enters the field of play, the substitution is completed. However, that implies that the fourth official has done their job correctly. Because what happened here was that it created total chaos and Neymar got very confused here and then realized that he has been substituted out. So he complained very much here towards the fourth official and then even entered the field of play and complained to the referee. And then after a long discussion between the fourth official and the referee, it seemed like they got along and then allowed Neymar to re-enter the field of play. However, what happened then was that Neymar realized that they did not get along and he was not allowed to continue. So it created even more chaos, and then Neymar brought his paper and showed the referee proof that number 31 was the one who was getting substituted, not number 10 who is Neymar. However, despite this, the referee decided that the substitution was valid and the match must continue as it is. So, as I said, when the substitute enters the field of play, the substitution is completed, but that implies that the substitution procedure has been done correctly. In this case, this is a blatant technical error by the fourth official who assumed who will be substituted out. There was proof on paper that number 31 was going to be substituted out. However, he chose Neymar. So, can the referee do something here? Absolutely. The IFAB has a similar scenario case where they say that if a referee mistakenly allows a sixth substitute, they must correct the decision when they realize their mistake. And this is a similar case where the referee mistakenly shows the incorrect number and then they realize their mistake, but they didn't correct it. So in this case, the referee should have said, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Number 31, you're being substituted. Please leave the field of play. Neymar, you can enter the field of play." So this could have been fixed in a few seconds and then I wouldn't have to make a video. However, I don't mind. However, the fourth official made a